guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Shay and this is Bringing Life Home. My husband and my two children, we are what you would call suburban homesteading, and today in this video I wanted to show you a little bit of what we make off of our homestead, what we use from our garden for things for our home that we would otherwise have to buy. It's really important to me that even though we don't currently have land or a farm, that I'm still trying to learn skills so that one day when we do have more land and a larger homestead of our own, that I know as many skills as possible before then. So I am somewhat limited in our current rental. We don't have a large pantry, so I can't do certain things like bulk canning or a lot of food preservation, but there are certain things that I can do with like the herbs from our garden and other kind of smaller scale harvesting and skills. So let's get into it. One of the things that I've taught myself to do is make our own soap. So we have quite a few different ones, but here's just an example of a few that I've made. And I like to use the herbs in our garden when making the soap. So let me see here. I have a couple different examples of like the herbs. So this one I believe is comfrey in olive oil, and this one is lemon balm. So what I'll do is I'll harvest the herbs from the garden and I'll infuse them in oils, and then I use these medicinally in our soap. Okay, and then I also use those same infusions of oil and herbs to make salves, or you may have heard them as like body balms. There's a lot of different terms for them, but I have like a healing salve that I'll make every year that we use in our house for so many things. So it could just be bruises, scratches, little bumps and bruises, sore muscles, growing pains, all kinds of things. So I'll use different herbs for different purposes. So like for example, my healing salve, I have lemon balm, comfrey, chamomile, lavender, calendula, dandelion, almond oil, and then the beeswax. But I have a few different ones that I've made. So I have comfrey salve that just has comfrey, almond oil, and beeswax. And then I also have one that's for aches and pains. So just like if your feet hurt or muscles hurt at the end of the day. This one has thyme, rosemary, dandelion, comfrey, eucalyptus, essential oil. That one smells good. Olive oil and beeswax. So I've made a few different ones, and I will link some of the things that I've made that I have on my Etsy site. I believe with what I'm showing you, it's just going to be the salves and the soap. I don't think anything else I have available on my site, but if you wanted to try them and check them out, I'll link it down below. Okay, actually I take that back because I know I have some of my tinctures on there as well. So the next thing I'm going to show you is a lemon balm tincture that I use usually in my teas at night. It helps with anxiety and just kind of like feeling restless. So this is just lemon balm and vodka. So yes, there is alcohol in it, but I just do like one dropper full in my tea at night, and it really helps with, you know, if you are having a hard time going to sleep or just have a lot on your mind. I do want to get into making more tinctures for us to use for different medicinal purposes, but so far the only one that I've done is lemon balm tincture. So instead of like having the lemon balm sit in oil, I had it sit in vodka for probably about 6 to 8 weeks to infuse to make the tincture. And I might, if you guys are interested, let me know in the comments below if you want to see any of the books that I use to learn any of this stuff. So like the soap making, tinctures, other things like that. If you want to see like the herbal books that I use, let me know and I'll do a video and show them to you guys. Okay, so you'll probably kind of see a theme here of the majority of what I use to make things for our homestead is herbs, simply because we just don't have the large pantry to store other things. So a lot of our cooking from the garden is used right away versus like storage. So another thing that I do is I take herbs and dry them and put them in salts so that we have like an herbal salt to use for cooking. So this one is just a pink Himalayan salt with, I think I used like sage, possibly rosemary and thyme if I remember right. So another great way to use your herbs. And okay, so this is a tea that I made myself with lemon balm and chamomile from the garden. So I am a huge coffee drinker in the morning, but I also really like to have tea at night. And chamomile is one of my favorite options. And the lemon balm and chamomile together is a great option when you're just trying to calm yourself at night if you're having anxiety. Again, very similar to the reasons you might use the tincture. So I just kind of combine these together for a nighttime tea with lemon balm and chamomile. So it's a great herbal tea for at night. And these I, for all of my herbs and flowers that I use, I have a dehydrator, but I also sometimes just let them sit out because they dry so quickly that sometimes I don't even feel the need to turn the dehydrator on. I'll just let these dry out on one of my shelves and then store them once they're completely dry. Okay, and then one of the first skills that I wanted to teach myself, because I thought it was important to know how to do, was to sew. I remember watching my great grandma sew, and it's such a fond memory for me that it was just really important for me to learn some of those skills, and also just for around the house with fixing things or being able to make things ourselves versus having to buy them, like maybe throw pillows, or I made quite a few baby blankets for my kids, things like that. But I also have some kitchen stuff that I've made, so like hand towels, hot pads. So these are well loved, so I apologize for the food you might see on here, but these are one of the things that my great grandma used to actually make and sell like at craft fairs, which I would love to do. I even tried making these and putting them on my Etsy site, but they were so time consuming to make, and they would just sell out that I couldn't keep up with it. So I don't have them available for purchase right now. I just have what we use in our home, but I do hope one day, maybe, you know, if I am able to kind of quit my 9-to-5 job, that I can start making these again for people, because I've even done it as gifts or just sent them to other homesteaders because I just love them so much and they're so useful, and I just think they're beautiful compared to like the little cork boards that you might use for hot pads. I don't know, I just love them, and I feel like it also kind of carries on my grandma's legacy. So yeah, so I do the hot pads, hand towels, and I didn't grab any of the throw pillows to show you guys, but I've also done throw pillows and baby blankets for my kids, changing table covers. I'm by no means like a master sewer. I've really just kind of like learned the basics, and then I'll watch YouTube videos if there's something that I want to learn how to make, and just follow what other people have done. I don't know if it's actually the always the right techniques. Okay, and then I have, let me see here, a cleaning solution that we like to use to replace some of the bad chemicals in cleaning solutions that you'll get at the store. So this is vinegar with oregano, lemon balm, rosemary. I think those are all the herbs that I used in here. But I basically just let it infuse in vinegar, and for probably about 4 to 8 weeks, depending on like how quickly I need it, because I always have a batch going on my shelf. And then I'll strain out the herbs, and I'll mix the vinegar with a little bit of water in a spray bottle and use that to clean our countertops. So again, more herbs, but a great use for them. And really, like, if any of you grow herbs in your garden, you know how much abundance you end up having. So you really do need a lot of different ideas of how to use them. And okay, I think the last thing is I've made some different things for like our homeschool. So I have a Cricut that I've used to do some different like iron-on homeschool items. So like these banners that you see here with like the ABCs. I also have one over here with numbers that I've used. Like I'll cut these out with my Cricut and do an iron-on. So purchasing something like this would probably be, I don't know, anywhere from like $10 to $15 possibly, like for homeschool. But making them yourselves, you can get these pretty cheap at like a Hobby Lobby or Michael's or something. And so it's a great option if you're wanting to save money on homeschool supplies, because if any of you moms homeschool, you know that it's very easy to get carried away and purchase all the things for homeschool. So anything that you can make yourself at home will definitely save you money. I also have a couple of manipulatives here. I purchased, and sometimes I definitely just find rocks outside of our house or when we go on walks, but these specific rocks I actually purchased and painted. So I have these little muslin bags that I got, I believe, off Amazon. I'll try to link them down below if I can find them. And then I used some paint markers to kind of label on the outside here what's inside. But I made basically little shapes, or I painted shapes on different rocks to use in our homeschool. They are certainly not perfect because I hand painted these, so be nice in the comments about the shapes. But I did the best that I could. It's just going to be kind of like an extra resource that we'll use in our homeschooling. I did shapes, colors. I believe I did a weather one. I'm trying to think. I believe we did like an emotions one where I had different like smiley faces, sad faces, things like that. I have some of these available on my Etsy site also, I forgot. So you'll be able to see them in the links down below if you're interested in using them. They're great for like preschool or kindergarten with kids. So lots of fun, easy thing to just kind of pull out and use, with your homeschool. So okay, I think that's everything that I have today. If you guys are interested in hearing more videos about different things that we use on our homestead, how we harvest things, let me know in the comments down below. Or if you have other ideas of ways that you use things in a small scale on your homestead, let me know in the comments. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Have a great day.